Love all these, looking at all these smiling faces back. I hope you guys in the US had an incredible 4th of July. I know I did. It was just absolutely beautiful and fun to spend time with the family. And don't you guys love that with this job, y'all don't have to ask your boss if you can take a 3-day weekend? That you all can work from the beach. I saw your pictures. I saw pictures working on the beach, at the lake, at the airport. So I know you all are living it up. So I want to welcome everyone and welcome all of our Canadians on the call tonight as well. I just have to do a special shout out to Canada because, here in the US, we have seen our market just explode. But I have to tell you, something magical has happened in Canada over the last few months, and it's not magic. It's hard work and dedication from the field and also from the leadership and Martine. But you guys, Canada is growing. It is blowing up. If you don't have a business in Canada, now is the time to get in touch with any of our Canadian brand partners. Get in touch with Martine. There is an incredible opportunity there. So I just want to welcome everyone to the call. Tonight, I'm super excited. It is our second Monday of the month, which means it is our special dedicated leadership call. But we do have a little bit of housekeeping before we get to that. So I want to start off with our announcements and do a quick reminder of our promos this month. We have buy one, get one free on Sugar Stop, and that is in the loyalty cart. And then we also have 20% off of Rejuvenex. And I will tell you, I took a bunch of Rejuvenex over this week. I typically don't stay up late, but I don't know about you guys. It gets dark later, and so I was having to stay up super late for those fireworks. So Rejuvenex was my friend over the holidays, and it is 20% off. Both of those promos are through the end of the month. And take a screenshot because they are special promo codes. So you will need to use that promo code to be able to access that discount. All right, up next, let's just take a look at our schedule. Can you believe we already have 2 things checked off for July? And tonight, as I mentioned, is our leadership call with Coach Palmer. Now, next Monday, we are going to have a combined US and Canada call. So it'll be both Martine and I hosting. And we are going to have an incredible guest, Mark Patterson. He is our chief marketing officer, and they have just really put together some incredible sales tools and digital assets. They've created a brochure that walks through all of our digital tools. So we are going to share that on next Monday's call. And then the 22nd will be a regular update call. And then, of course, on the 29th, we will be doing our recognition. And we can go to the next slide. I also want to make sure that nobody forgets that we are in the middle of our Renew 28-day challenge. It started on July 2nd. Now, I will admit it started off rocky. Alondra and I went to our Facebook group to go live, and our account had been locked out of streaming. So I apologize. We went ahead and posted Barbara Cox's video. Please, if you haven't already seen it, check out our Healthier You page. Now, tomorrow, you're in for a treat. We have Brent West. He's our Senior Director of Research and Development, also the formulator of Renew. This will be a great opportunity to hear from him directly, maybe drop some questions in the chat. Now, I'm going to be announcing this tomorrow, but I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek. So we had promised that each week we're going to be giving away prizes around this Renew 28-day challenge. So each week, this is how we are selecting winners. See that QR code? We want you to upload your 15 to 20-second videos. With that link, there'll be an instruction sheet that will just give you some tips about lighting, some bullet points to make, making sure you're staying within claims. And every week, we are going to take all of the videos that are uploaded from that week and select several winners. So you can start early. We're going to be announcing this tomorrow, and we will announce the winners on next Tuesday's call. We can go to the next slide. Oh, and I was just going to mention too, you can stay here, Alondra. And by the way, I want to thank Alondra for running the slide. She is my incredible, she is my wizard behind the curtains. She does all the magic here. But I want to remind everybody that all of our challenges are held on our Facebook page, our Healthier You page. It is a private group, so you need to ask, just go there and click and ask to be accepted. Of course, we're checking that daily and adding people. So that's where all of our lives will be. Now, it's no secret. We talk about it every week. PXP, the September 20th through the 22nd. But what I want to talk about is our PXP gala and also rank advancements. As you know, to be able to walk across the stage and be recognized, manager and above, you need to rank advance by August 30th. However, we also have an incredible VIP Star Gala event, and this is a red carpet event, cocktail dress, everyone dressed up nice. Qualification period is July 1st through August 30th. Definitely take a screenshot of the next two slides as we go over the qualifications. There's two ways to qualify. We have 300 tickets available, which means, as you'll see, and actually we can go to the next slide. There are only 100 spots available. So let me explain that. Our top 50 power rankers, as of basically midnight on Friday, August 30th, each top 50 power ranker will get 2 tickets. Then we have an additional 200 spots, right? So how we do that is the first 100 will get 2 tickets. So you take yourself and a partner. So the qualifications for that are, you need to enroll 1,500 in new brand partner or customer volume. Qualifying volume must include at least 2 brand partners on 200 PV. And like I mentioned, each 100 earners may bring 1 guest. So the maximum number of tickets that you can get, whether you are power ranking, whether you qualify through enrollments, whether you are Partners Council, the maximum number of tickets that you can get is 2. So you can qualify 1 of each of these pathways, and we cannot wait. We can't wait to see everybody there. All right, so now are you guys ready for the unveil to congratulate our first round? I wish I had a drum roll. Our first round of Star Gala qualifiers. Check it out. I'm going to pause right here so you can take screenshots now. If you have qualified and you don't see your name on this list, don't fret, don't fret. We closed this out, I believe it was like last night at midnight. And also there are a few people that if you think that you should be on this list, please let your upline know and they can reach out to us, or you can reach out and we can make sure that if you think you've qualified, we can check and see what part of the qualification maybe is missing or hasn't come through yet. So everybody on this list, start thinking about who you are going to bring as your guest. Start thinking about the cocktail dress you're going to wear. There's no theme for the Star Gala event, so you can start shopping right away. And as far as the main event, the party for PXP, we will be giving you details over the next couple of weeks, because I know you ladies, if you're like me, and maybe you men too, you like to start planning your outfits. So for the Star Gala, there's no theme. So you can just wear whatever makes you feel special. We want to honor you. Okay, up next. All right, guys, are you ready? This has become slowly, or I should say quickly, the most favorite part of this call, and that is announcing the North America Power Ranking. This is for week 26. Get your fingers ready to take those screenshots. All right, guys, take a look at this. This first screen is a list of, this is the worldwide top 24 power rankers. We've only put the people from North America, and you can see the ranking in next to the name. I'm going to go ahead and just give these a shout out, because you guys, this is a big deal, and it is not only a big deal to each of the names on this screen, but it's a big deal to be represented in this way for our market. And also, I know that each one of these names represents incredible leadership, incredible teams. There are thousands of names that work with these incredible mentors that are changing lives. So we have second in the world, Brent Palmer, followed by Todd and Ashley Rowland, Susan Frank, the lovely Michelle McKay. I can see her face right here on my screen. Haley Lee, Greg and Dr. Lanika Scott, Greg Tedrow, Sheila Bykowski, Cynthia Bolden, Tammy Maltby Melchizedek, Christy John Oakey, Susan Cameron, and Ken Bailey. Congratulations to our worldwide top 24 power ranking for week 26. All right, let's take a look at just North America. I'm not going to read off all the names, but I am going to pause here for you guys to take a screenshot. Now, remember, the top 50 power rankers at midnight on August 30th will be automatically qualified for our Star Gala. So take a look at these names. And if you see someone on your team or one of your mentors here, make sure that you reach out and just send them a text. I get so many messages throughout the week of people just so excited because their team members, recognize them or send them a screenshot. It really, really does mean a lot. So congratulations, everyone. All right. I am really excited because this next category, I just can't even say enough. If you've been with me for very long, you know that this is my absolute favorite part of our comp plan, and that is the savings bonus. And tonight, we have an incredibly special savings bonus that we want to award. And tonight, it is going out to someone who has been with the company for such a long time. She has a beautiful heart, a beautiful spirit and soul. And this one goes out to you, Betsy Waters. Betsy was unable to be with us tonight, and so I invited her sponsor to share a few words. And of course, that is Tammy Maltby Melchizedek.
Thank you, Christine. Good evening, everyone. What an honor. I'll tell you, one of the best things about having team members that you run with is seeing when this kind of thing happens. It's almost as much fun as it happens to you, but I have to tell you, Betsy Waters has been a foundational pillar in my business for 10 years. In fact, she was the first brand partner I ever signed. And I remember when I started in the business, I was so insecure about it. I didn't know what I was doing. I was going out on social media, and I just remember the day. It was just shortly after I joined, a couple weeks, she sent me a note on Facebook Messenger, and she said, "True to Christ, Tammy." If you know Betsy, she always has a little sing song with the names of people. And she said, "I would like to order some limu," because we were with limu. And I sent her a note and I said, "Well, don't you want to know anything about the product?" And she said, "Oh, I've researched it already. I know everything about it." And so she jumped in and she became a 200K producer inside my company with limu. She walked across the stage multiple times and was very successful. And I'll tell you why. And Betsy, this is for you, because you are truly a lover of the people. You serve and serve and serve. Everyone has seen your life in living color, how you have loved people, and why your business has now won a $10,000 bonus, because you are the real deal, Betsy. We love you, and we are thinking of you. And I just want to say a couple descriptive words of Betsy. She's an encourager, a cheerleader. She's full of faith. She celebrates others constantly. She has a servant heart. She's a team player, and she's a loyal friend, mother, and wife. And with that said, I would ask and covet your prayers for Betsy and her family and her husband, Mel, and her two sons. She is fighting for her health right now, and we love her so much. So if you are a person of faith, I ask that you would pray for her family and for Betsy. And we believe absolutely the best is yet to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tammy. I just love and adore you so much. And I'm so incredibly grateful for not only your leadership, but the caliber of leaders that you bring to our company, Betsy being one. For any of you that have met Betsy, you know that when she walks in a room, she lights it up with her faith. She lights it up with her faith and her heart. And there is not a holiday that goes by that she's not sending out dozens of sweet personal messages. So as Tammy said, I will, alongside all of you and all of our partners here at Partner Co, will be sending Betsy and her family prayers. And I'm just so incredibly proud of her for this savings bonus. This is a particularly special one. So Tammy, thank you so much. Appreciate you. I see all the love in the chat. Keep those coming, because I will send a transcript of those to Betsy and her family. So feel free to continue dropping love in there so we can put those together. Oh, I love this company. I love our community. We are so incredibly blessed. And one of our other treasures here at Partner Co is the incredible Coach Palmer. And I am just honored to invite him to the call tonight to share some tips about coaching for success with Brent Palmer.
Oh my goodness, Christine, I do have to say this about Betsy, and I know we'll find a way for her to listen in, but Betsy Waters, one of the pillars of our business is we want to be your wellness partner. We want to then be your business partner, and then we want to be your lifestyle partner. And Betsy is the type human that always has, she'll always put like something in front of your name. And for me, she would say, "Brilliant Brent." And she would send me this message. And I said, "You're probably the first person in my life that's ever said the word brilliant in front of my name." And so forever, I'll be indebted to Betsy for always saying "Brilliant Brent." But we love her so much, and how timely, God works in mysterious ways. And this savings plan bonus she earned, and the timing of it was absolutely perfect for her and her family. And so when I look at it, Partner Co, it embodies, and one of the things when the company was put together, it was like, we want to have a company that people can feel a sense of community, support, love, encouragement. And this can be something that you can leave a legacy to your family. And Betsy embodies that. So, Betsy, we love you. Congratulations. So, all right. I was thinking about what to share tonight. Christine calls me. I was actually at an event running across the parking lot. And if you want to know what's happening, we had like probably close to 100 people at an event in Mississippi tonight. And I jetted out of there, and I'm like, I've got to go do this call, and I wouldn't miss it for the world. And I'm so honored and grateful to be on here with you. And I've been able over the last, I don't know, weeks, months, to travel the country and be in a lot of living rooms and be in a lot of events. And I'm going to share with you tonight something that I've been sharing. And so if you've been at an event, been to an event of mine recently, you might get this again. Okay. But I think it's extremely important, and it embodies this profession that we're in. And so I'm on a screen share, hopefully, real quick. So bear with me. Hopefully you can see this, and I'm just gonna leave it here on my screen. Okay. So I want to first say this. I want you to think about it, and I want to talk to you just really quick about identity and mindset. Okay. Identity and mindset. And I've been sharing this as I'm around. I was just in Colorado Springs, and I was talking about, I'll share with you my story. I was a high school football coach, But before I was a high school football coach, maybe sometimes people see me today and they're like, they see me in front of the room or they see me on stage and it's like, yeah, chairperson 2, whatever. But I want to encourage everybody on here tonight that everybody has to make shifts in their mindset and their identity. Mine has been a challenge because what you might not know about me was when I was a kid, I was pulled out of school at an early age for reading, for writing, for spelling. Like I like to read from the bottom to the top, from the right to the left, from the back to the front. Craziness, right? And somehow in the 90s or 80s, we thought it was a great idea to pull kids out and call them by their name, be like, hey, Brent, come on, let's go to spelling class. You need to look it. What happened at recess? Kids made fun. And that was my life growing up. And I taught myself, Brent, you're not very smart. Brent, you're a bad student. Brent, you wasn't meant to be no A student. And guess what? I wasn't. Not only did I teach myself that, I believed it. I didn't read books. I didn't like to write. I sure didn't like to get up and speak. Until a teacher later on in my life took the time, not because he had to, but because he wanted to, and he showed me love. He showed me support. He locked arms with me and he said, I see you and I know what you're struggling with. And he made a shift in my life that sent me on an identity shift of, I'm not dumb. I'm not a bad student. I can learn. I can grow. I started reading books. I started challenging my limits and actually speaking in front of people. And it scares me to death still today because of those limited beliefs I had as an early child. I share it with you because everybody has a journey. In network marketing and building teams, people have to change and have an identity shift. You see, I'm looking at John Oakey. John Oakey had a career. But guess what? That career, he has the identity, have a shift in identity for this career, for this profession. You know, I was a head football coach. I was a principal of a high school. I was an athletic director. People are like, how did you go into education after being a bad student? I think I was just defying the odds, okay? But here's the thing. I had to shift my identity. And then when I was 35 years old, this brand new company came to me, Seaweed of all things. Imagine telling your buddies about our slogan, our tagline, we see weed differently. Okay, how about that? You know, you think you've been made fun of? So here's the thing, it was baby. And all I knew from life lessons is I had to shift my identity. I didn't know this profession. I didn't know network marketing. And I got into the hip pocket of someone that did. And thank goodness for my previous lessons in life, I shifted my identity to this profession. And after a few years, I was able to go full time. And we grew it around the States. And then we grew internationally. And guess what? Through different things, today, we became Partner Co. Guess what I had to do? I had to shift my identity. I had to kick the trophies under the table. I couldn't say, hey, guess what I did in Limu? No one cares. You know what? I had to shift my identity and go, you know, new company established in February of 2023. What's their culture? What's their comp plan? What do I got to do to become a leader here and do it all over again? And I challenge you tonight, like if you're somebody just starting, this could be you going, you know what? I've had a career in, maybe it's, you know, maybe you've been a doctor, maybe you've been in real estate and you're going, you know what? That's been great. It's taught me a lot, but now it's time to get in the hip pocket of a leader and shift my identity into this profession into health and wellness, by the way, that'll do $5.7 trillion around the world this year. You think that's a pretty big profession? Absolutely. So no matter how old we are or young we are, we can have those shifts in identity if our mindset is right. We got to have the right mindset. I challenge anybody here tonight, if you're wanting, like you're all on here tonight because you want to grow here, you want to thrive here, you want to do more here. A good buddy of mine wrote a book called Beach Money. I challenge you to read it. I challenge you to read Beach Money. It talks about this profession. It talks about the possibilities, but it'll grow your mindset. It'll grow your mindset. And I want to leave you with this. I'm going to go back to my screen share because I want you to see this, and I want you to think about, like, tonight, this company you're in that's over 1 year old, but the world doesn't know about us. And we founded this company on these pillars of, we want to be your wellness partner. Like, we want to be able to get people involved in their 20s and have a portfolio that they can use our products or different products as they age. And we become their life partner here in health and wellness. And we've got that portfolio that does that. You need different products when you're in your 40s than you did your 20s. When you're in your 70s than you did your 50s. We've got that portfolio. But I want to challenge you that when you become somebody or somebody becomes your wellness partner, love on them. Love on those people. Like, what community are you putting your wellness partners in? What community are you going, you know what? The minute they get our products, I'm going to be their biggest cheerleader. I'm going to be their biggest fan. I'm going to encourage them daily. Like, I'm going to check in on them. I'm going to shoot them a text. I'm going to celebrate their win, even if it was a pound of weight loss or brain fog or night sweats. I'm going to celebrate it like we just won the Super Bowl. And you know what? You'll build an army of wellness partners out there to join you. And then as people become your wellness partner, we can transition them over to becoming our business partners. You know, Greg and Lanika Scott, they embodied this right here. I heard them speak on it one time. But then when they become your business partners here, what community have you got them in that you're welcoming the business partners? Like, you're welcoming, huge congratulations to Katie Smart, huge congratulations to Tony and Lisa. Like, you're celebrating their success, because guess what? That's what the world's not giving them. That's what corporate America has forgot is important. And it's recognition. It's seeing people. And that's what we want to do here at Partner Co. as their business partner. We want to get them in and get them paid and move them along the pin ranks and recognize them every possible chance we get. And then last, we want people to become our lifestyle partner, like Betsy Waters. Betsy's been with us for years and years. She's been with Partner Co. since February of 2023. It's brand new. But she's been a part of the network marketing industry and building a network of life-giving lifestyle partners for a long time. She's created a residual income. But what does that look like? And I share this picture where I go. It looks like where you get people together on a beach. It's what we're going to do down at PXP in Orlando. We get to know each other more on a personal basis. These ladies here that I've been in business with forever, in the middle picture, they said, we want to go to the Grand Ole Opry. And I said, yes, ma'am. And we did it, right? Because I know their family. I know who they are. We have a strong bond. That's what this industry can create. What are you doing inside of your people? Maybe you only have 2 people. It's a great way to start. Maybe you've got 1,000 people on your team. What are you doing to create lifestyle partners? The picture on the right is Tammy Mopby's business in Melchizedek in South Africa. People around, like, what are you doing to create a sense of community? This is where they embody community. And that's one of our pillars of our company. And so here's I want to leave you with this tonight, because I believe you get on a call, you get on a training, and it's like, it's meant to kind of open you up and go, am I doing this? Right? But let me ask you a question. To grow your team, celebrate them. Celebrate them. You can't over celebrate your team. I got a call today from somebody that said, hey, y'all celebrated somebody on my team. And I said, you're right. And you're not even in my quote line of business. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. You know what? We're building a company together. We're blurring the lines of sponsorship. We're building a company of unity and partner co. Get used to it. It's different. It feels weird, because guess what? Other companies doesn't do it. So we're going to celebrate people over and over and over. We're also going to add value. Look for ways to add value to your team, like find places to serve. Can I be a co-host? I just messaged Alondra. I'm so appreciative of her. Like, she's always serving from behind. She don't want the recognition. She doesn't have to talk, but she's always saying, hey, I'm here. I'll serve any way I can. So how can I serve? And then be a problem solver. Solve problems. It's easy for me to just call and, Christine, I need you to solve this, but how about I solve it first if I can? How about I take the lead and go, you know what? What can I do? How can I serve? How can I remove obstacles for my team? How can I pave a better path for them, even if it's rocky for me? And understanding that the bigger my money grows, the bigger my team grows, the more I'm going to have to be better at problem solving. The more I'm going to have to be better at removing roadblocks for my team. And I'm okay with that. I got to be okay with that. That's how you grow this profession. Like, network marketing is a beautiful profession. People hide and they're like, hey, what do you do for a living? I'm a network marketer. I'm proud of it. It's a beautiful profession. I build networks. I build teams all over the world. But there's a unique skill to that. And I've got to sometimes shift my identity into this profession and go, this is the core things I've got to do to excel. And last, I've got to embody this. You can get everything you want in this profession if you'll just help enough people get what they want, remove the roadblocks, be a cheerleader, serve, whatever it takes. And you'll look up and you can walk through a crowd and the crowd's clapping, not because you made them, but because they wanted to, because of your service to them. And to me, that's the industry that I look at today that I'm a proud ambassador of. I'm a proud to say I'm a part of, and I'm proud to say that that's why I found something I can retire into and not out of. If that never gets into your heart here, you will never grow it as big as you could. If every road trip to see your team is a burden, if every time you have to jump on a plane is a downer, then you're missing something that makes our industry so beautiful. Our industry is about people helping people. And that's why the world outside of our industry will never understand it. They'll do until you invite them in and they come kicking and screaming like most of you did when you came. Never forget how it was to start, because many of you kicked and screamed and now you love it. And guess what? Your people too will kick and scream until they love it. I thank God every day for this company, for you, the people. And if it gets old that I say I love you, I'm grateful for you, I don't care. I was that high school principal that like chest bumped the kids when they got off the school bus, hugged them when the world said you can't hug the kids. And I said, you know what? As long as I'm in this profession, I'm going to hug the kids. I'm going to take care of the kids. I'm not going to submit to what everybody else tells me I should do. And I see it every day as I try. Adults feel a little awkward when you say, you love them, but as you earn their trust, and you got to earn it, you don't just get it. They'll say they love you back. And that is what is true. So Christine McKay, thanks for having me. I'll turn it back to you.
Wow. I love that quote, Brent, and I don't think that there is a better example of that than you. And I have just seen how hard you and your team and so many of the people on this call have worked out on the road. And what I love to see is when I see people on the top that are still working just as hard, if not harder, because your mission is to pass that on. And it is just so incredibly meaningful to me. So thank you so much for coming on tonight's call.
Thank you. Love you guys. Grateful for you.
I just want to add a couple things. Brent said a few things that really touched me. And, one of the things, in fact, Brent, I thought I knew everything about you. I had never heard you share that story about reading and overcoming obstacles. And that really, really touched me, because I think all of us have obstacles or weaknesses that we can either look at and say, it's not my strong point. I can't do that. Or you figure it out. And I know Brent and I actually just had a conversation about this, because we were talking about, some identifiers of what makes good leaders. And at the end of the day, it's the ability to pivot, and it is the ability to duct tape it together. And what I mean by that is whatever you have to do to make it work, you figure it out. And if it means enough to you, you will figure out a way. And it's always not only necessary, it's always okay to pivot. If you're going down a path that you saw yourself, or that you thought you were going to be, or were, and you look at the landscape now and you realize that maybe you need to pivot. There's power in that, because one thing I know for certain is that nothing stays the same. And the leaders that I have seen be successful are the ones that can keep their core principles intact of their whys, and their whys always include helping others. And as long as those core principles and daily habits and ethics are in place, it doesn't matter. You can pivot and keep those with you and continue to have success. So this has been a really powerful call tonight. I want to thank everybody that has been on this call. Congratulations to all of our power rankers for week 26. Congratulations to all of our gala event winners. And like I mentioned earlier, if you didn't see your name on the list, don't worry. Let your upline know, and they can send us a message, or you can send us a message directly, and we will check on that, and we will update the list for next week. I want to thank Tammy Maltby Melchizedek for sharing tonight as we all celebrate Betsy. And I want to say a special hello to Mel. I think he's on the call. That's Betsy's husband, Pastor Mel. And so thank you for all your prayers, and continue to pray. And thanks to Alondra for helping. And thank you for all of you that showed up. And I will see you tomorrow on the Healthier You call in our Healthier You Facebook group. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.